are so excited to have everybody with us today. So we're going to get started. Welcome to the South Charleston Public Library Family Fun Fest. This week is our Farm Tales. We're going to be talking about farm animals. Oh, and I see Will has his puppy. So there's all kinds of things happening out there, isn't there? So we're so glad to have you with us. We remind everyone that we are recording tonight's program for Zoom, and it will be put up on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel tomorrow. So if you don't want your face shown, you can turn your camera off, or if you don't want to participate by voice, you can always mute your mics. Olivia will be monitoring the room and kind of muting folks and letting folks open and those sort of things as we go through. We are just really, really, really glad to have everyone with us today. So this week again is about Farm Tales. How many people enjoyed our reading on your own week? Did everybody enjoy your reading on your own week? You kept reading, right? Did everybody pick up their craft packets for last week, and they had their flags and the fun things and your coloring sheets? We hope you had a good time. Will, did you not pick one up last week? Okay, well, you'll have to come by. There might be a few left. I'm not sure if we've got more left or not. So just to remind everybody, too, that tomorrow starts craft pickups for our very last week of summer reading. We can't believe it's already that time. So soon, so soon. Just want to remind everybody, too, that with summer reading, keep on reading. You've got 2 weeks from this coming Friday. You've got 1 week as of this Friday. So the 23rd is the last day you can log any of your tickets, and you have to have them logged and your tickets applied to what you want to try to win from the wall of prizes by 11:59 on Friday the 23rd. So just a reminder to everybody, keep reading and keep logging. So let's get started with tonight's program. So here we go, Miss Olivia.
All righty. If you're ready for a story, come sit down. If you're ready for a story, come sit down. Let's all gather near so everyone can hear. If you're ready for a story, come sit down.
Yay! Now, before we do our first book today that I'm going to be reading to you, just want to remind everyone that we're excited to see your library hands. If you do your library hands out there, yes, you can always do lots of exciting library hands. So here we go for our very first story. All right, we're going to read Tom's Tale by Linda Jennings, illustrated by Tim Warnes, and it's by Tiger Tales Publishing. Tom's tail was curly like a rolled-up rubber band. It was a very neat little tail for a piglet, but Tom thought it looked silly. In all other ways, Tom was a proper little pig. He was a nice pale pink. He slurped and snuffled in the pig trough with his sisters and brothers and made all the usual piggy noises. But how he wished he had a straight tail. Do you see his little tail? It's all different. Sam, the sheepdog, had a lovely furry tail. Henry, the horse, had a long swishy tail. And Betsy, the cow, had a thin stringy tail with a little tuft on the end. Even the rat's tail is nicer than mine, said Tom sadly. Uh-oh. Why don't you get your tail straightened? Said Henry. How? Asked Tom. Like this, said Henry, as he put a big hoof on the end of Tom's tail. Now walk away. I wonder what's going to happen here. Tom squealed and squeaked as he began to walk. His tail stretched out, and when it had uncurled all the way, Henry lifted his foot. Bing! Sprang his tail, and Tom hurtled forward. Uh-oh. Ouch! Yelled Tom and Sam together. I'll tell you what, said Sam, picking himself up. Why don't I take hold of your tail and you can lead me along? That should straighten it out. And Tom took Sam for a walk past the pigsty, around the pond, and over the buttercup field. That's enough, squealed Tom. Let me go. Bing! Back sprang the tail to its usual curly self. Tom felt sad. Betsy looked at Tom and chewed thoughtfully. Suddenly, she had a very good idea. She told Sam, who took hold of Tom's tail again and stretched it. Then he pushed the tail into a big patch of gooey, sticky mud. He made Tom lie with his tail covered in mud for a very long time until the mud dried and Tom's tail was set into a long, thin pencil. Yippee! Cried Tom. Look at that tail. He twirled around, trying to see his new straight tail. Ouch, said Sam. Tom's pointy tail had poked him right in the chest. Uh-oh. You look so silly, said Tom's mother, but Tom liked looking different from the other pigs. I'll wag my tail like Sam does, he said. Whack! Tom's tail hit his sister in the face and then poked his brothers behind. Stop it, Tom, they both shouted. When it was dark, Tom's mother gathered in all her piglets for the night. They liked to snuggle up in a big heap, but Tom's tail got in the way. See out here? Oh, no. Go away, cried all Tom's brothers and sisters, and they chased him right out of the pigsty. Poor Tom. He tried to curl up outside, but it wasn't very comfortable to lie down with a tail as stiff as a pencil. Finally, though, he was able to fall asleep. During the night, it began to rain, but Tom went on sleeping. As it rained, the hard mud softened and slid right off Tom's tail. By the time morning came, his tail was as curly as it had ever been. Grunting happily, Tom went back to the pigsty. Who wants a straight tail anyway, said Tom later as he pushed into the trough with his sisters and brothers. Now, if I had a long, elegant nose like Henry the horse instead of this silly, stumpy snout, I could really get at that food. Oh, goodness, he just wanted something he couldn't have. So that's a funny little story about a piggy that didn't like his tail. So do pigs have tails? If you think they do, give us a thumbs up. If you don't think they do, give us a thumbs down. Do pigs have tails? They do. They do have tails, right? So all domesticated pigs are born with those curly tails, right? And domesticated means that the animal is kept by humans as a work animal or as a source of food. And sometimes a tail of a male pig can go straight. Most pigs we see in the United States have some curl in their tails. Wild pigs, which you see a picture of there, sometimes called wild boars or hogs, have straight tails. So they do have straight tails. What do you think pigs eat? What kind of things? They were talking about the pigsty and the trough. What kind of things do pigs eat? Well, pigs are omnivores, meaning that they eat plants and animals. So in the wild, they eat roots, fruits, flowers, insects, fish, and some small dead animals. On farms, they mostly feed on corn and soybean meal. So now we've got a really fun song that Miss Annette has for us.
Yes. A lot of people on farms think that roosters are the boss of the barnyard because he's always strutting around and showing his tail feathers and everything. So this song is about that old rooster. And if you remember, we're still using the song, The Little Green Frog, so that you can learn the rhythm of this song, but we just add new words every week. So here we go. Scratch, scratch went the old rooster one day. Scratch, scratch went the old rooster. Scratch, scratch went the old rooster one day, and they all went scratch, scratch, scratch. But we know roosters go skip to me, Louie Lou. Skip to my Louie Lou. Skip to my Louie Lou. We know roosters go skip to my Louie Lou. They don't go scratch, scratch, scratch.
Wow, what a great song.
Yes. All right. Well, hold on one second. It's playing without me. All right. So real quick, guys, if you don't know, we have a little bit of thing. So have you ever heard someone say your chicken? To tell someone they're chicken? What do you guys know what that means? All right. Well, you may have heard someone call another person chicken. And let's take a little look at it. It's been around for a really long time. And if you move too quickly around chickens, it scares them and they go running away. So if you tell someone you're a chicken, it might mean that they're pretty easily afraid of things. This isn't very nice. But the next book is about a group of chickens who are afraid. And let's find out what they did about it. All right. Let's see. And Miss Olivia is sharing this one with us.
Big Chickens by Leslie Helkowski and illustrated by Henry Cole, published by Dutton's Children's Books. One day, 4 big chickens peeked out the coop window and saw a wolf sneak into the farmyard. The chickens plocked, flocked, and rocked. They knocked into themselves and each other until one by one they tumbled out of the coop. The door slammed shut and the chickens ran into the woods to hide. After a while, it became very quiet. "I'm afraid to go home," said one chicken. "Oh," said the others. "Me too. Me 3. Me 4. So 4 cautious, careful, cowardly chickens walked deeper into the woods until they came to a deep ditch. "I'm afraid to jump," said one chicken. "Oh," said the others. "Me too. Me 3. Me 4. What if we can't jump that far? What if we fall in the ditch? What if we get sucked into the mud?" The chickens tutted, putted, and flooded. They butted into themselves and each other until one by one they fell into the ditch. The chickens landed smack in the mud. Feet flew out from under and bottoms flipped over. Bodies plucked up and mud sucked down. Legs sank in, necks stretched out until their chicken feet grabbed some roots and they pulled themselves out of the ditch. 4 dirty chickens came to a cow pasture. "I'm afraid of cows," said one chicken. "Oh," said the others. "Me too. Me 3. Me 4. What if the cows chase us? What if we get poked with their horns? What if we step in a cow patty?" The chickens squeaked, squirmed, and squealed. They squawked at themselves and each other until one by one they bumped into the cows. The chickens ran and the cows chased. The cows stomped down and the chickens fluttered up. Horns dipped under and legs leaped over. Tongues hung out, feet squished in until their chicken wings flapped and they flopped over the fence to the other side. 4 dusty chickens came to a lake. "I'm afraid of the water," said one chicken. "Oh," said the others. "Me too. Me 3. Me 4. What if the boat sinks? What if we fall in the lake? What if we hit an iceberg?" The chickens spluttered, shuddered, and muttered. They fluttered into themselves and each other until the boat tipped and one by one they fell out. The chickens landed in the lake with a splash. The boats went down and their toes pointed up. Heads bobbed under and waves swept over. Breath sucked in, water squirted out until they grabbed onto a log and their chicken legs kicked all the way to shore. 4 drippy chickens spied a cave. "I'm afraid of caves," said one chicken. "Oh," said the others. "Me too. Me 3. Me 4. What if we can't see in there? What if we wake up some bats? What if we fall into a bottomless pit?" The 4 chickens flurried, hurried, and worried. They scurried into themselves and each other until one by one they stumbled into the cave. The chickens bumped into walls, rocks rolled over, and toes crunched under. Bats flew down and chickens swatted up. Dark closed in, eyes bulged out until their chicken ears heard a noise in the back of the cave, and they grew very quiet. 4 dazed chickens listened to a long, low growl. "I'm afraid of growls," said one chicken. "Oh," said the others. "Me too. Me 3. Me 4. What if it's a big animal? What if it's a big hairy animal? What if it's a big hairy chicken chomping animal?" Something crawled from the back of the cave. It was big. It was hairy. It looked at the chickens and licked its lips. What do you think's gonna happen? "It's a wolf!" The chickens pecked, and pocked. They ruffled, puffled, and shuffled. They shrieked, squeaked, and freaked until the wolf ran out of the cave. their chicken hearts soared. I'm a big, brave chicken, said one chicken. Oh, said the others. Me too. Me 3. Me 4. We have chicken power. We have chicken brains. We have chicken guts. Yes, they all agreed. We are very big chickens. 4 dirty, dusty, drippy, dazed, daring chickens strutted all the way home.
What a fun story.
All righty. So now that we've seen that, do you guys think chickens have tails? In the book, it looked like they had tails, but is the book right? Is the book wrong? I see a lot of thumbs up. Yes, chickens do have tails. They have this thing called a parson's nose or a pygostyle, where it's like a little triangle where their feathers join together. There it is. You can see it in the picture. There you go. Where their tail is kind of like a little triangle, and where it connects, it's called a parson's nose or pygostyle. What do you think chickens eat? Anybody have any ideas? You want to raise your hands? Maggie, do you have an idea? Grubs, maybe. I think Will has an idea. Seeds, maybe. Does anybody else have any ideas what chickens might eat? All righty, you already win, Maggie. All right, chickens eat fruits, vegetables, grains, and even table scraps like leafy greens, cooked beans, corn, and non-sugary cereal. How weird is that?
It is. We have shared a book about a pig, and we've shared a book about some chickens that didn't know what they were doing at first, but they all came together with teamwork. So we would like to share an excerpt, which is a small part of a book from this rhyming book, and it is called Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, Barnyard Hullabaloo by Giles Andreae, illustrated by David Wojciechowicz. Rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, I'm the rockin' rooster, baby. Tell me, who are you? Chickens. We chickens are covered with feathers all over our wings and our legs, so of course we could fly if we wanted to try, but we're too busy laying these eggs. Pigs. I love taking care of my piglets and watching them wiggle and squeal. They clamber all over each other all day to snuffle around for a meal.
Who published that book, Miss Annette?
We thank Tiger Tales for sharing that book with us, and you can pick this book and all of the other ones here at the library.
Well, next up, I have our secret code for today. Our secret code is chickens. So make sure you write that down, and it is capital C with an S at the end, chickens. So be sure to put that into your reading log so that you'll get another ticket for coming to today's program. So remember, each week we've been talking about Dewey Says. This is based after our Dewey Decimal System, which was created by Dewey Melville, and that's how we find books in the library. So we want to be able to find things, so we organize them and are able to find things because of the system that's been put into place. So to learn more about farms according to the Dewey system, you'll go to the 630s and take a look right there. And if you want to learn more about pigs, you go to 630.4. And to learn about chickens, you go to 630.5. Every number as it gets further out past the decimal point, the 0.4 or the 0.5, some of them go to 0.55. Every number past that final number means it's even more specific information about that specific topic. So also you can go to Hoopla in addition to the books here in the library. Hoopla and the Deli both have lots of ebooks and audiobooks and things that you can enjoy there as well. So here we have another nonfiction book.
Yeah, our nonfiction book this week you might want to explore is Farm from Eyewitness Books, and it's discover the story of farming, the rhythm of seasons, the rearing of livestock, and the work of plowing, sowing, and harvesting. Whew, that sounds like a lot of work, but it's written, or it's by Ned Haley, and it's photographed by Jeff Breitling, and it is published by Alfred A. Knopf Publishers. All right.
And this week, our craft was the handprint chickens. As you can see, we have a little few examples there of what you guys might have done with yours, and we'd love to see them if you could submit pictures to us.
Definitely.
We want to point out that this is Miss Olivia's handiwork. She is one of our artists here, and we really appreciate her doing that for us.
Yeah. So that was our craft for this week. So the big surprise comes tomorrow on Wednesday. You can start picking up your last craft kit of the summer. So those will be ready starting tomorrow to be picked up. So thank you all for coming to be with us tonight. We are always happy to have you here. We miss seeing your faces in the library for programs, but we're starting to plan now for fall and spring and even next summer already. So we're hoping to see you for programs very, very soon if we keep moving in a positive direction with the COVID vaccine and virus. So thank you all for being here. We're going to finish out with our closing song, if Miss Olivia will sing it.
All righty. The more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Yay!
Let's see those library hands. All right. And you know what else we have to finish up? We got to practice, because 2 weeks from tonight, when we're all out at Oaks Field, we're going to do the loudest library cheer ever. So is everybody ready to count to 3 with me and do library as loud as we can? Are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.